Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing 5 more air fryer recipes with you all. If you are watching this and you have an air fryer and you want more recipes, then go and check in my description box because I have made loads more videos just like this one with so many different recipes in there. So if you need a little bit of like air fryer recipe inspiration, then I would love for you to check out my other videos. If you're watching this video and you're seeing me for the first time, I would love for you to subscribe. I post loads of foodie recipes on my channel with a brand new recipe video every single Sunday morning at 7 AM UK time. So if you need some more meal inspiration, I would love for you to hit that red button down below. So like I said, I'm going to be sharing 5 air fryer recipes with you all. I really hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching and let's get cooking. For this Gambas Pil Pil, what I have got in here already is some really good extra virgin olive oil. I have also got some chili flakes. You can use fresh chilies or the flakes that I have got here. I have put in about half a teaspoon of garlic granules. Again, you can use fresh or you can use granules. And I have also put in 1 teaspoon of lemongrass as well. I have also chopped up 1 shallot in here too, and I've put some salt and pepper in here as well. So now I've just mixed everything together. As you can see, I've put in quite a lot of olive oil because I do think the sauce is so nice to mop up with some bread. And then here I have got some jumbo raw king prawns. So I'm going to add this into my mixture. This is the cake accessory tin that I have got that I use. I use this all the time in my air fryer. It's a really, really good thing to invest in. So I'm just going to add my prawns into this tin and then I'm going to pop them into my air fryer on 180 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes. That's going to make sure your oil gets super nice and hot, your shallots cook through really nicely, and your prawns go from being raw to being nicely cooked and ready to eat. Like I said, we like to serve this with some nice chunky dunking bread, and we just like to eat straight from the cake tin and dunk our bread into the sauce. For this salmon quiche, what I have got is some salmon. This is 2 fillets of salmon, and then I have just taken the skin off and then I've just diced them up into little cubes, and then I have just dressed it with a little bit of lemon juice and then some of these garlic granules as well. So it's just been sitting here for a few minutes, just kind of marinating in those. And then I have also got some creme fraiche. I'll use 100 grams of that. I have got some grated cheese, 3 eggs, some short crust pastry, and then I'll also use some salt and pepper as well. So what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to roll my short crust pastry over my little tin that I have got here and push it all around the sides, and then I'll pierce the pastry with a fork all over so that when I blind bake it in my air fryer, it's just going to be able to get the hot air into all of the underneath of the pastry as well. So I'll put the round and the pastry into my air fryer on 182 degrees centigrade and I'll blind bake that for 10 minutes. Whilst that's blind baking, I will then get myself a big mixing bowl and I will mix together my creme fraiche, my 3 eggs, my cheese, my salmon pieces, and also some salt and pepper too. Once the 10 minutes is up, you are then ready to remove your tray from your air fryer, and then you want to pour in the contents that you have just mixed up in your bowl into your short crust pastry. Once you've poured that in and made sure all your chunks of salmon are evenly distributed, you then want to put this back into your air fryer on 160 degrees centigrade for 25 minutes, because I do feel like a quiche needs to be cooked at a lower temperature but for a longer time. And then as you can see, it comes out being cooked perfectly. The salmon is so nicely cooked and it tastes absolutely delicious. So to make these croquettes, what I have got here is I've made some mashed potato. I have kept the skin on my potatoes because I'm a little bit lazy, and also that's where all the nutrients are. So once they came up to the boil and were soft enough, I just drained them off, and then I have mashed them together with some milk, some butter, and some salt and pepper as well. And then what I have got here is some grated cheese. So I grated this with the really fine grater because I just think it works best in these croquettes. I have sliced up some ham here. This is the ham that I won't be using. And then I will also be adding in a teaspoon of Dijon mustard as well. And then here I have got some breadcrumbs. These are just shop bought southern fried breadcrumbs, and they're gonna add so much flavor to these little croquettes. So what I'm gonna start off by doing is just adding in my mustard, my cheese and my ham into my mashed potato mix, and then give everything a really good mix around, making sure everything is evenly dispersed. I will then just with my hands form some little croquette shapes, and then I will just generously toss them in the southern fried breadcrumbs before putting them into my air fryer. I will then cook these in the air fryer on 182 degrees centigrade for 12 minutes. That's going to make sure your cheese is melted on the inside, but also the outside of your croquettes are really nice and crunchy with the breadcrumbs. So for these drumsticks, what I have got in here already is I've got a really generous amount of olive oil. This is really nice, good extra virgin olive oil. Then I have already put in some salt and pepper, some garlic granules. You can use the granules or you can use fresh garlic, totally up to you. And then I've got 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard in here. So I'm just going to mix all this together, and then what I'm going to do is get each drumstick, put it into my glass bowl, and then just coat the drumstick really, really well with this marinade. And then just going to place them into my air fryer and just leave them in there for about 10 minutes to let the marinade really kind of soak into the chicken. After 10 minutes, I'm then ready to cook these in the air fryer. I'm going to put them in on the chicken setting, which is 182 degrees centigrade for 20 minutes. And as you can see, when the chicken comes out, it is so nice and crispy on the outside, but it's also really still juicy on the inside. And I usually serve this with some roasted potatoes and some salad on the side too. For this crumble, what I have got here is some frozen fruits. This is just a mixed berry frozen fruit mix. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pour some honey on top. So I don't want to add sugar onto here because I'm going to be adding sugar on top of my crumble. So to sweeten up this mix, I'm just going to add a little bit of honey, but I'm not going to add too much. This is again the little round from the accessory kit. As you can see, it's a solid base. It hasn't got an open base, because if you do have an open base one, all of the juices are just going to seep out into your air fry. So you want to make sure you've got a solid base one. So what I'm going to do to this is I'm going to add in my honey and mix it all around to coat the fruit with. And then what I have got in this mixing bowl is I've got 150 grams of flour and I've got 75 grams of butter in here. And then I've just mixed it together with my fingers, and I've kind of like sifted it through my fingers to make sure the butter has separated, but it has combined with the flour. And this is going to be my crumble mix. Once I have put the honey on top of my fruit, I will then add the crumble mix to the top of my fruit, and then I will just dust it with some caster sugar as well. Once I've done that, I'll then pop this into my air fryer on 200 degrees centigrade for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, as you can see, it is looking absolutely delicious and ready to eat. You can eat this as it is with some custard or with some ice cream. It's totally up to you, but either way, it is just delicious. So that is 5 more air fryer recipes for you all. I really hope you enjoyed them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.